Welcome to MLC TV News Hour, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Jane Gia Balagbubu. First, the headlines. Vice President OSINBAJO declares presidential bid for 2023. Federal government accused Academic Staff Union of Universities of selfishness over strike. Macron and Le Pen to fight for presidency. And ANDNDLEA intercepts cocaine in children's DUVETS at Lagos airport. Now the news in detail. The federal government has accused the Academic Staff Union of Universities of selfishness over the strike it embarked upon. The Minister of State for Education, Emeka Nwojeba, who stated this in an interview with journalists, also took a swipe at the Joint Action Committee of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Education and associated institutions for also going on strike. Among others, JAC is demanding payment of earned allowances. It also faulted the usurpation of non-academic career positions by vice-chancellors. JAC on Friday also extended its strike by another 2 weeks. ACCUSE, which began its strike on February 14, accused the government of poor commitment to the payment of the academic earned allowance, among others. Nwojeba said there was no point in the unions disrupting the lives of students because of money that they would eventually be paid. The minister stated that the workers were still receiving their salaries despite their refusal to call off the strikes. According to him, it is selfish for the unions to shut down the universities, saying they are not the only ones that have demands. He said other unions, including the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics and the Colleges of Education Academic Staff Union, unlike varsities unions, were considerate. Berating ACCUSE, Nwojeba stated the issue is not whether they are right or wrong. What we've been consistently said is government and the people of Nigeria will continue to look into the matter, because if you disrupt academic sessions because of one entitlement, you would eventually get the entitlement, would have lost the time our children would have used in learning. He explained that the government had no money to fund the union's request at a go, as the sale of petroleum had dropped drastically in the country. He stated, "What we have done is to at least expand access, and while we are using the resources that are available to us to improve human capacity to be able to run, because those are the two things needed, buildings are not the universities. It is content that makes the universities. So as long as we keep developing human capacity around them, we'll ensure we give access to our people in millions." According to him, government licensed 20 universities last year, another 12 this year. It is our belief that Nigeria is still below 250 universities for 250 million people, he added. He said no fewer than 1.5 million candidates write Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination every year, out of which only 600,000 are admitted. While reacting to Nwojeba's allegations, National President ASUU Professor Emmanuel Osodeke faulted the claim that the government had no money. He stated, government have money to pay him all his allowances. They have money to feed students for the so-called 250 million naira a year, and he has not seen students who said they were fed. They have money to construct the second runway of the presidential wing of the airports, but they don't have money for education. Osodeke added that the plan of the government and the elites was to devalue the government tertiary institutions so that every Nigerian would be forced to attend private institutions. The second annual GHB Symposium for Nigerian crime and political correspondence ended with awards and recognitions of participants who performed excellently well during a reportorial test conducted by veterans at the end of the day, one session. The award winners go home with millions of naira, and the senator representing Kogi West also gave cash rewards to the awardees. According to GHB organizers, it was just a form of appreciating journalists who have continued to compliment by reporting the democracy system with accurate and unbiased reportage of activities of government and citizens, especially in the country. The winners of the intellectual test conducted are Boniface Okoro of Federal Radio Corporation won for himself 2 million naira with an additional 500,000 naira granted by Smart Adeyemi. Eze Obi of This Day newspaper won 1 million naira with additional complimentary support of 250,000 naira. And Friday Oloko of Punch newspaper with 500,000 naira as a second runner-up with a support of 250,000 naira from the senator. Kogi Governor Bello, who celebrated them, promised to have more reporters from other beats join the subsequent edition. The 2022 edition was organized by a veteran journalist, the Director General Media and Publicity of Yahaya Bello Campaign Organization, Latifa Kolakwo. The Kogi state government has debunked the story that state pensioners were owed their March entitlements. The government said, on the contrary, there was delay in the payment of March pension due to banking logistics, saying that payment has since commenced. The State Commissioner of Finance, Asiwaju Ashiru Idris, spoke on behalf of government against the backdrop of widely circulated rumor that the state governor Yahaya Bello had used the March pension to conduct his presidential flag off in Abuja a fortnight ago. Ashiru said that government was not owing pensioners and attributed the difficulty in the March payment to network failure. The commissioner said the delay in payment of March pensions was due to logistics problems of transferring the money from Access Bank to UBA. He, however, urged pensioners in the state to exercise patience and avoid anxiety, as the banks are making efforts to resolve the problems and effect their payments within possible time. He said the state government, under the leadership of Governor Yahaya Bello, prioritized salaries of workers and pensioners and will do everything that will ensure the prompt payment of such, as the state government is known for. The Lagos state government, in collaboration with Real Landed Nigeria Limited, has said it is ready to partner with the Kingdom of Netherlands to explore the economic prospects of urban farming in the states. The Chief Executive Officer, RNL, Ahmed Arile, disclosed this in a statement on Sunday. Arile was quoted to have said this during a tour of Netherlands attended by the State Commissioner for Agriculture, Abisola Olusonya, the Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Sam Egube, and 30 delegates drawn from various state governments across the Federation and private companies. He said, this was designed to explore the economic relations at the governmental level between Nigeria and the Netherlands in the domain of international investment and trade. Both countries, including the private companies, agreed on collective actions towards embracing the practice of urban farming on a commercial scale. Olusonya said Nigeria and Netherlands have signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen the field of agriculture. The United Nations Humanitarian Coordinator for Nigeria, Matthias Shimale, has said over 4 million Nigerians in the regions are expected to face the severe pain of food insecurity in approaching lean season. Shimale said this at an advocacy event held in Abuja on food security and nutrition in northeast Nigeria. He noted that a total of 8.4 million Nigerians would need humanitarian support in the northeast, while 4.1 million people face severe pain of food insecurity in the northeast. Shimale, however, said up to $351 million is needed to provide humanitarian support for people in northeastern Nigeria. He said across northeast Nigeria today, 8.4 million people need humanitarian assistance. Alarmingly, almost half of this crisis affected people. 4.1 million are expected to face the severe pain of food insecurity in the approaching lean season. The head of Special Duties, Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Nadia Sozo, said food security and nutrition of this affected population in North remains a priority. Now on politics. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo on Monday formally threw his hat into the 2023 presidential ring, ending years of conjecture. He's interested in succeeding his principal Muhammadu Buhari by May next year. In a broadcast posted on all his verified social media handles, the All Progressives Congress member said he's running for the top Aso Villa spot to complete all that his principal and the ruling APC party started in May 2015. Osinbajo, who turned 65 last month, is a senior advocate of Nigeria and a former lecturer at the University of Lagos. He is also a senior pastor with the Redeemed Christian Church of God. He began his public office career in 1988 as an advisor, legal advice and litigation to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Bola Ajibola, a position he held for 4 years. The Vice President was appointed Attorney General of Lagos State in 1999 by the then Governor Bola Tinubu and held the position till 2007, implementing several judicial reforms. He was nominated as Buhari's running mate in 2014 and was elected alongside Buhari in 2015. During his 7-year tenure, OSINBAJO served as acting president for more than 120 non-consecutive days, while his principal was on medical leave in London between 2016 and 2018. OSINBAJO will be contesting the APC presidential primary against Tinubu. His former boss, the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, Ebonyi State Governor Dave Umahi, and Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State. Others in the APC who are rumored to be nursing presidential ambitions include Ekiti State Governor and Chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, Kayode Fayemi, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige. The Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, is also considered a contender. The Vice President, while making his declaration, also stated the reason of joining the race for the Apex House. In this period of 7 years, he has served the government in several capacities and has, at the direction of the President, represented the country in sensitive high-level international engagements. He has been to practically all local governments in Nigeria. He has been in markets, factories, schools and farms. He has been in agricultural, mining and oil-producing communities in the Delta, in Kebbi, Enugu, Borno, Rivers, Plateau and Ondo, and in all other states of the Federation, listening to the diverse experiences and yearnings of the people. He has visited their gallant troops in the Northeast and their brothers and sisters in the IDP camps. He has felt the pain and anguish of victims in violent conflicts, terrorist attacks, flooding, fire, and other disasters in various parts of the country. He has sat with entrepreneurs in Lagos, Edo, and Kaduna, with Nollywood and Kannywood actors, with musicians from Lagos, Onitsha, and Kano. And he has spoken to small and large businesses. He stood where they stood and sat where they sat. He knows their hopes, aspirations, and fears, and he believes that in those hopes and aspirations are the seeds for the great Nigeria that we all desire. He believes that the very reason why the Almighty God gave him these experiences, these insights, opportunities, which is why he is today with utmost humility formally declaring his intention to run for the office of the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, on the platform of the great party, the All Progressive Congress. If by the grace of God and the will of the people he is given the opportunity, then he believes that first he must complete what he has started. We go on a short break, we'll be right back.
Malachi TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV. With entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. The Katsina local government election holds Monday, April 11, with no fewer than 3,187,988 registered voters in the state expected to participate. The exercise is for the election of chairman for the 34 local government areas of the state and 361 councillors for the councils. The chairman, Katsina State Independent Electoral Commission, Ibrahim Bako, confirmed the development on Sunday, shortly after expecting the dispatch of sensitive items to be used for the election to all the local government areas. He said 12 political parties will be participating in the election, although only the All Progressive Congress and People's Democratic Party reportedly fielded candidates for both the chairmanship and councillorship seats. According to Bako, adequate security arrangements had been put in place to ensure that the exercise was held in all the 34 councils. Bako added that about 10,000 ad hoc staff would be used for the exercise, which would be carried out at 4,902 polling units in 361 wards across the states. The elections will hold from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. The State Command of the Nigerian Police Force had earlier announced restrictions on vehicular movements within the state during the election period. A statement by the command spokesman Gambo Issa said adequate security had been made for the exercise. Governor Aminu Masari had also declared April 11, 2022 as a work-free day to enable civil servants and their families cast their votes in their various constituencies. The governor's directive was contained in a press statement signed by the Permanent Secretary, Administration Office of the Head of Civil Service, Usman Ishaku. The KSIEC headquarters was bumping with activities on Sunday afternoon with the presence of representatives of the 12 political parties, observers and security agencies. The Minister of Transportation in the President's Muhammadu Buhari administration, Rotimi Amechi, has declared his intention to contest the presidential election in 2023. He made the announcement while addressing a crowd of supporters and leaders of the All Progressive Congress at an event in Port Harcourt. Amechi was giving a speech forward with courage at the Thanksgiving service held at the Adokiye Ameshimaka Stadium in the Rivers State capital. The minister believes his 23 years of service in various capacities have equipped him with great experience in governance and public service. He added that the period has afforded him the opportunity to show compassion for the ordinary citizens of the country. Some of the party chieftains at the event include Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State and former APC National Chairman Adams Oshomole. Others include the Minister of State for Transportation, Gbemisola Saraki, as well as former governors and lawmakers elected on the platform of the ruling party. With his declaration, Amechi is expected to vie for the APC presidential ticket alongside former Lagos State Governor Bola Tinubu, Governor David Umahi of Ebonyi State, and Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State, among others, at the party's primary. The All Progressives Congress APC has released the schedule for the conduct of party primaries at all levels. It was gathered that sales of nomination and expression of interest forms begin on 22nd of April 2022. All other activities will commence as follows. Tuesday, May 17, 2022 for the House of Assembly nomination plus expression, 2 million naira. Thursday, May 19, 2022 for House of Representatives nomination plus expression, 5 million naira. Saturday, May 21, 2022 for senatorial aspirants nomination plus expression, 10 million naira. Tuesday, May 24, 2022 for governorship nomination plus expression, 10 million naira. Saturday, May 30th, 2022, Special National Convention for Presidential Appeal Committee elections. Friday, May 20th, 2022 for the House of Assembly, Monday, May 23rd, 2022 for House of Representatives, Wednesday, May 25th, 2022 for Senate, Friday, May 27th, 2022 for governorship. Now on crime. More than 100 parcels of cocaine concealed in 8 children's DUVETS have been intercepted by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Operatives made the discovery at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. A statement by Media Director Femi Babafemi said the drug was imported by a 52-year-old Brazilian returnee Akudirinwa Hilary Uchena. The suspect hails from Oru East Local Government Area of Imo State. He was arrested on Saturday 9th April at the D-Arrival Hall upon his return from Sao Paulo, Brazil via Doha aboard in Qatar airline flight. Uchena, who claimed to be a carpenter, confessed he was to be paid 5 million naira after successfully delivering the consignment in Lagos. Also, pellets of skunk concealed in detergent containers have been intercepted at the Akoni Ibiam International Airport, Enugu. A 37-year-old South African returnee, Ezekwesili Afamefuna, brought in the consignment weighing 730 grams aboard an Ethiopian airline flight from Johannesburg, South Africa via Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Ezekwesili is from Oka South Local Government Area of Anambra State. In Edo State, a 24-year-old drug dealer, Christian John, was arrested by NDLEA operatives in Egbeta, Ovia Northeast Local Government Area for selling assorted illicit drugs. They were stuffed in drugs, Milo, beverages, cannabis, sativa, swinol, and tramadol tablets. In Zamfara State, one Chibuzo Uba, 30, was caught with 1,950 of pentazocine at Kora Namoda. A cross-border drug trafficker, Stanley Chibuzo, 21, was on Friday nabbed by officers of the Marine Unit of NDLEA stationed at Oron, Akwa Ibom State. The native of Ihiala, Anambra State, was nabbed with 11,190 tablets of tramadol during the outward clearance of passengers traveling to Cameroon. In Ondo State, a drug dealer who produced school cheese, Oluwaseun Agbola, 25, was arrested at his Igoba Second Gate, Akure residence. About 73 bottles of school cheese weighing 77 kg stocked in his kitchen were recovered. School cheese are usually a mixture of tramadol, cannabis sativa, codeine, black currants, popularly called zobo, and water. In Lagos, an early morning raid in the notorious Akala Mushin on Saturday 9th April led to the seizure of 746.25 kilograms of cannabis. The military has said it is working on the process of declaring leaders of terrorist and Islamic State of West African Province terrorist wanted. The Senate earlier in February urged the federal government to urgently declare all known leaders of terrorists wanted. Asked why the military had yet to declare terrorists and ISWAP leaders wanted and make their names and images public, as done in the case of Abubakar Shekau and other Boko Haram fighters. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Bernard Onyeko, said the process was being reviewed. He added that their names and pictures would be released to the public soon. He said they are working on it. The process is being reviewed. Some of them are being taken out. Very soon you will see new posters. Also on what the military was doing to prevent the usage of improved explosive devices on the troops, he said the military would step up its operations to prevent this. He said they are aware that IEDs are being used. This is not the first time. They are working against this and they are stepping up their operations. Now on foreign news, Emmanuel Macron has won the first round of the French election and far-right rival Marine Le Pen will fight him for the presidency for a second time. In the end, he won a convincing first-round victory, but opinion polls suggest the runoff could be much closer. Ms. Le Pen called on every non-Macron voter to join her and put France back in order. With 97% of results counted, Emmanuel Macron had 27.6% of the votes, Marine Le Pen 23.41%, and Jean-Luc Mélenchon 21.95%. Veteran far-left candidate Jean-Luc Mélenchon polled even better than 5 years ago and now has the unlikely role of kingmaker. Making up more than a fifth of the votes, Mélenchon voters could decide the final round of this election. Yet many of them may just sit the second round out and abstain. 12 candidates were in the running, but these were the only 3 who polled more than 10%. Many voters appeared to embrace the idea of tactical or useful voting, deciding that the other 9 candidates had no hope of making the runoff. Several of the 9 had little chance anyway, but the 2022 presidential election will be partly remembered for the disaster that befell the 2 old parties that used to run France, the Republicans and Socialists. They sank almost without trace, with Socialists and Hidalgo falling below 2%. It was only a few months ago that Valérie Pécresse was still in the race for the right-wing Republicans. She performed so badly, her party could not even scrap the 5% needed to claim its election cost. This is potentially terrible news for a party already tearing itself apart. Parties that fail to reach 5% only get £800,000, £67,000 of their campaign funding covered by the state. And the Republicans will have paid out far more than that. A renewed battle for votes is on the way. Marine Le Pen can count on supporters of Eric Zemmour, whose small-handling nationalism won him 4th place and 7%. Nationalist Nicolas Dupont-Aignan has also backed her. She can already count on an impressive 33% of the entire vote. Now on sports news. Review of match day 22nd games in the Nigerian Professional Football League played over the weekend. With the front runners Rivers United and Plateau United not in action, the Oriental Dabai in Aba between Eyimba and Enugu Rangers turned the match of the day, and it was the Aba Elephants that completed a double over Rangers after a 2-1 comeback victory in the festive clash that headlined match day 22nd of the Nigerian Professional Football League fixtures on Sunday. The People's Elephants had claimed the match points in the reverse fixture following a 1-2 win in Nnewi and were all out to complete the double in Aba. But it was Rangers who drew the first blood in the 14th minute when O.C. Martins rounded up Eyimba goalkeeper Basa Jerry, following a through pass from Chidebere Okore. Eyimba restored parity in the 32nd minute when Adekunle Adeleke found Victor Mbauma in a good position and the fourth calmly slotted past Seidu Mutawakilu in goal for Rangers. Mbauma got his brace and Eyimba's turnaround was complete in the 66th minute when he leaped highest to head in a cross from substitute Cyril Olisima. At the Dikpodino Stadium in Ijebu-Ode, 10-man Sunshine Stars got the better of Abia Warriors with a slender 1-2 victory. Ejike Uzoichi gave the host a first half led from the spot after Innocent Gabriel brought down Kena Cooper in the box. Niger Tornadoes won the game of tenants in a man's land against Wiki Tourists as they managed to record a nerve-wracking lone goal victory. Chinedu Ufere could have given Tornadoes the lead earlier but had his spot kick was saved by wicketkeeper Ibrahim Galadima. Musa Wakili pulled the chestnuts out of the fire for the Mina lads with a late goal in the 87th minute to guarantee the Mina side maximum points. It ended goalless between Lobby Stars and Kano Pillars in Makurdi as coach Baba Ganaru's side couldn't find a way through against his former employer. Finally, for the Sunday games, Mountain of Fire Ministries continued their push for survival with a convincing 2-0 home win over fellow strugglers Dakada FC. Matches continue on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday in the match day 22nd of the Apex League in Nigeria. And that is the size of our package for today. Join us tomorrow at this same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Malachi TV, like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, and Twitter at MLC TV 1. For your events, coverage, information, contribution, advert, and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Fridays and Saturdays to watch our special programs. Friday 9 p.m. Local Government and You, Saturday 7 p.m. Family Affairs, 9 p.m. Political Arena, and Women's World on Sunday by 6 p.m. It is Malachi TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am GHB Symposium. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a united and peaceful society together. Good evening and bye for now.